the mask has dropped. With his appointment of David Cameron as Foreign Secretary, Rishi Sunak has abandoned the people who voted for the Conservative Party in 2019. Very similar to the way Tony Blair abandoned his constituency as well. If you don't believe me, then just listen to what the Tory MPs are saying. I'm Granniopteryx. So here we have politics, latest news in the Telegraph. Sunak abandoning 2019 voters who delivered landslide victory, claim Tory MPs. It's not all of them, 20 of them. But they are saying out loud what I suspect many are saying quietly. And it's sort of interesting because The Guardian is uncharacteristically sympathetic to this appointment. David Cameron returns to UK government as Foreign Secretary, they say. David Cameron has returned in a stunning comeback for the former Prime Minister that highlighted Rishi Sunak's willingness to take risks as he looks to revive his political fortunes. Why should the Guardian be so laudatory? Well, it's because they know that David Cameron will try to edge Britain back into the EU one way or another, don't they? It says here, Cameron stood down in 2016 after losing the Brexit referendum. He didn't stand down. He ran away. He left in a pet like a teenager, slamming the door behind him. And then he went to his room and sulked. And now his parents have cajoled him out. Cameron stood down in 2016 after losing the Brexit referendum, but reportedly told friends in 2018 he wanted to return to frontline politics, preferably as Foreign Secretary. And that's what he's got. He is angling himself into a position where he can change British foreign policy. And what does that mean? It means EU again. And I'm interrupting myself to tell you I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds, also Twitter and Gab. All the links are in the description, including links to donation sites. It's very nice to get donations. I do thank those who do give donations. But clicking like is a tremendous help to this video and my channel. So I would appreciate you doing that. Okay, well, back to the pig's breakfast that is our current government. Exodus of junior ministers shows Sunak's ship is already sinking, the Telegraph says. Big names aren't enough as former ministers show little faith in the Prime Minister's supposedly winning formula. I don't see how that could possibly be considered winning. You know, I'm quite upset, very upset about what's happening in the Middle East, but I don't think I ever felt quite so depressed as the news that David Cameron was coming back yesterday. And I did say at the end of my video that maybe it'll look better after a couple of drinks. Well, I haven't had a couple of drinks, but I actually had a fantasy last night when I had supper, which turned out to be just porridge because I couldn't think of anything else. I actually thought about pouring some whiskey over the porridge. And I'm not that sort of a drinker normally. Yeah, but I decided against that. You may be glad to know. The rot arguably has first set in when a string of senior Tories announced they would not be standing in the next general election. Rishi Sunak may have tried to fill the void with the appointment of former Prime Minister Lord Cameron. Boy, oh boy, as a heavyweight foreign secretary. No, well, heavyweight, yes, but only in the sense of an anchor. And I did say anchor, although maybe we can think of another word that's quite similar to that. But Monday's exodus of junior ministers suggests that he is at the tiller of a sinking ship. Oh, yeah, the anchor's a good analogy here. He's at the tiller of a sinking ship rather than prepared to alter course. The Prime Minister tried to position himself as the change candidate at last month's Conservative Party conference in Manchester, but a return to continuity Lord Cameron, while throwing the likes of Suella Braverman overboard, speaks to an administration struggling to sail out of choppy waters. I think they're probably carrying this analogy a little bit too far. Former Health Minister Will Quince had already announced he'd be stepping down. Now Nick Gibb has added his name, and he's been an MP with the Conservatives since 1997. Other long-serving Tories who left their posts include the decarbonisation and Technology Minister Jessie Norman, former Science Minister George Freeman, former Housing Minister Rachel Maclean, former Cabinet Minister Jeremy Quinn, Paul Scully, the former Minister for London. They're all going. And the big joke is the appointment of this lady, as reported in the Daily Mail, Rishi's new Minister for Common Sense. I mean, yeah, well, why don't we have a Minister for Truth, by the way, and a Minister for Plenty while we're at it? The PM brings Esther McVey back to Cabinet. Esther McVey is a television personality, and he tasks her with a mission to combat wokery. Now, I don't think her official name will be Common Sense Minister. It will be Minister without portfolio. But I reckon he's just brought her in because she ticks the boxes. She's a woman, and so makes the cabinet look a little less male-centric. Here we are. So now we've got these guys. And Suella, and this woman's gone, and this woman's gone. So he's trying to, I'm sure, he thinks that will even up the odds. Do you think those people in the northeast, in Yorkshire, who voted Conservative for the first time in their lives, in their parents' lives, in their grandparents' lives in 2019, do you think they're going to be impressed by Esther McVey turning up there? Here she is. There she is, Esther McVey. She's just well, look, if Rishi Sunak wanted to employ a woman to make his cabinet look good, you have to give her this. This is a minister who will take her work home with her, won't she? Okay, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.